Something like that. Yo, what's up, boys and girls? It's Swolelax here, and I'm back at it again with another video. This time, something just a little bit today. It's been a hot second since we've talked to each other. In fact, it's been roughly 3 months, almost 4 months. Oh my God. I know it's been a while since you and I have talked to each other face to face, or rather screen to face. But I want to ensure that this video is actually going to be something a little bit different. I know inside my usual introduction, I'm like, yo, what's up, boys and girls? A little bit Swolelax here and all that jazz. And I say we're gonna go over something a little bit different, and then roll video, discussion, deck profile, something. But we're actually going to be doing something I don't think I've actually ever done on camera here, and that's going to be talking to you just super straight up, extremely face-to-face, and kind of opening up about my personal life a little bit. Just a little bit, don't get too excited. There are two things that I want to talk to you guys today about, and that is why I quit Yu-Gi-Oh! For about 4 months. There's a lot of factors that went into my decision to kind of take a step back from doing Yu-Gi-Oh!, YouTube, and a bunch of other different things. It wasn't just Yu-Gi-Oh! That was effective, but in today I want to kind of go over specifically why I kind of stepped away a little bit and why you guys really haven't heard from me in that long. Now, this is not to be said I haven't been posting things. If you guys follow me on Twitter at Swolelax, which links in the description down below, you guys know I've been posting on there pretty constantly. Whenever I'm not posting things on YouTube, I'm generally posting things there, whether it be memes, my general stupid takes on things. Recently, you guys have been seeing that I've been posting more things about heroes. A lot of new support came out. Liquid Soldier, which I stand by, should be named Liquid Lieutenant. But enough plugging and enough talking about what is going on right now. Let's talk about what happened. So, why did I quit Yu-Gi-Oh! For 4 months? A little bit of backstory if you guys do not know. I've been returning to the game somewhat slowly in a competitive sense over the past couple of years. I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, stopped buying cards, stopped collecting, essentially just kind of cut out Yu-Gi-Oh! From my life right around 2009, 2010, and I didn't return to the game until about 2016, where effectively, or like late 2016, where things just kind of started going off. The new format, the new master rule came out, introduction of link monsters. I came back into the game during a tier 0 format of Zodiacs, and I stayed ever since. So I've seen a lot of changes, and I've played a lot of games throughout the years. I started out super casually. I actually was printing out cards and using like proxies to play at first, because I was like, I don't have any actual cards. I don't know where to get anything. I'm just gonna print them out. That seems normal. Little did I know that's actually much more inconvenient than just actually going out, like searching through bulk, finding the cards online, going to a card shop, and actually, in theory, more expensive. So as I start playing the game, I'm starting to have a lot of fun with it, and then I make this YouTube channel. I won't go into extreme detail on how this YouTube channel came about. In fact, most of you guys are kind of already know for the most part, and maybe that's a video for another day if you guys want to go over that. But back to the lecture at hand, getting back into the game was phenomenal. I really loved playing. I liked being competitive with it. I liked figuring out new strategies. I loved playing different decks. I liked playing online. I played a lot of YGO Pro. I got my brother back into the game. We started playing together. It was a lot of fun. And as you guys know, I was posting videos, I was talking about it, I was streaming with you guys, having just a blast with this game. And it's really funny because getting back into the game, I didn't really realize how much I actually liked, how much I actually really kind of missed it in a weird way. Like it hit the right amount of nostalgia for me, but also it just, like the receptors in my brain for like my competitive nature, for deck building and theory, it just all kind of came together in this really great return. And I just don't really understand how to explain it very much, but I really do like this game quite a bit. But after a couple years of posting, and after kind of going on sporadic stuff back and forth with my own life, I kind of got to this point where I was slowing down with the game. And that brings us to mid to late 2019. Mid to late 2019 was about the second year that I've been doing this Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel, so to speak. I was posting videos semi-regularly, and actually up until maybe early of 2019, I was posting pretty much twice a week, or at least trying to. But then after that point, let's say the turn of 2019, I was a little more sporadic. I post maybe like once every week, once every month, and then it started getting longer and longer and longer. And so what ended up happening is the fact that I kind of ran out of things to talk about. But not necessarily there wasn't anything to talk about with the game. There was so much happening. There was new ban lists, there was new decks being made. In fact, I made a lot of decks. I had a lot of good ideas. I was really excited for a lot of formats. But what happened to a lot of videos that I wanted to make that I actually recorded and ended up scrapping is the fact that I just didn't really finalize and really try to figure out what I wanted to say about them. Effectively, a lot of times when I came across either cards or combos or just kind of things I wanted to discuss with you guys in terms of concepts in Yu-Gi-Oh!, I just kind of froze. And that made me kind of nervous. I got the yips. I was like, I was doing so well for so long, and then I just decided that I didn't know. I just thought that I knew what to do, and then all of a sudden I don't know what to talk about anymore. It's a really weird realization, and I never had that happen before. But I still kept on going. I still made videos. I still played the game. I was playing online a lot. I was actually going to a lot of tournaments. I was playing so much on Dueling Book, trying to make Cyber Dragons good, and also I was gearing up for the YCS. If you guys do not know, actually it's my last video I posted, so you guys should know at this point, the last big tournament that I went to was YCS Dallas, or YCS Fort Worth, whatever. I actually did pretty well for my first YCS. In fact, I kind of want to make a video talking about that in my preparation going into that. But it was so much fun getting to play this game at this high level, getting to play against really good players in this giant national tournament. It was so much fun. The deck that I played, I loved, was playing Cyber Dragons, and I was performing pretty well. All my training paid off. I had like this kind of moment where I was like, man, you know what? Actually, like my spark kind of reignited from that point, like in a competitive sense. But at that point too, we also have been playing in that same format for a little while. So here's the thing. If you guys don't know, late 2019, even up until now, has really kind of been dominated by Orcust, Salamangreat, Thunder Dragons, Sky Strikers, and a few other decks that are kind of at the top that have just been kind of staying at the top. And the format, for me personally, got kind of stale. In fact, it kind of staled out even before the YCS, but I was playing so much Yu-Gi-Oh! That I was like, not really even noticing. I was just kind of going through the motions, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, Salamangreat deck, cool. I was like, okay, another Orcust deck, or all right, another Orcust deck, a Lunalight Orcust deck, that's new. And even though I thought I had the format relatively figured out as far as like what's been going on with it, the general combos and cards, there was still a lot that I had to learn for sure. But I was getting a little bored. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is a term already, but I'm gonna call it format fatigue. Essentially what was going on is that I've been playing for so long under the same format, seeing the exact same cards, and the new sets they were releasing were so low impact that I really just kind of got tired of seeing the exact same things over and over and over again. Ironically enough, I did actually kind of enjoy the format. It wasn't necessarily saying that it was like, you know, not diverse, that it was completely taken over by a few top decks. It was essentially that I just kind of lost a little bit of interest in seeing these decks, and a lot more rogue options became a lot more interesting to me. When I would see rogue decks top, or when I would see interesting combos, I'd be like, oh, that's really cool. That part got to me. But I was just kind of tired. I had format fatigue. And especially after grinding leading up into the YCS, I kind of hit this Yu-Gi-Oh! Burnout. And that also mixed with the perfect storm that heroes weren't necessarily that good. We were still waiting on that new support. And I also just had general life things happen. So this is gonna be where things kind of open up. We get a little bit of personal, and I might make a lot less cuts in the video just because I'm like, I'm still kind of gathering my thoughts on a lot of these things. But essentially around the same time that the YCS happened, I'm in school. I also work a lot. And things just kind of all came together in the where I was just, a lot of things became overwhelming per se. Not necessarily that I work bad under stress, that I get stressed super easily. I really don't. But what kind of ended up happening is that I really just wanted to focus on school. I was like grinding super hard at it, and I really had to make sure that my grades were up because I'm close to being done now. So I kind of want to close out, you know, my schooling experience pretty well. In addition to that, there's also big changes happening at my job and things that I had to take over and more responsibilities I had. And then in my life too, I just kind of felt tired all the time. I mean, I don't want to say it was like a depression thing because I've definitely dealt with that before. I know that a lot of, almost dropped my notes. It's on the floor now. I know that a lot of people have dealt with that too. So I'm not trying to say that this little seasonal thing I had going on, I want to firmly say it was seasonal, was really like weighing me down that much because it was adding on to it. You know, it was just a lot of like me being really busy on top of the fact that I didn't have a lot of time to play. I wasn't really playing a lot of new cards. I was just kind of seeing how things were going. And since the format was still the same, I didn't really feel like I had any necessary like drive to really play, if that makes any sense. I kind of lost my will to play, and I kind of lost my will to make content and do things because I felt like a lot of interesting aspects of Yu-Gi-Oh! Just weren't really that interesting to me. And a big part of that had to do with the fact that I just didn't know how to talk about what was going on per se in my life. A lot of things that were affecting me inside of my general day-to-day ended up really affecting my content, really ended up affecting my channel. And if you guys see on Twitter, I kind of that too, like my overall being. I don't really talk about that much on the channel. I don't really try to talk about that too much because it's kind of a sensitive topic, and I know that's a big thing. I don't want to make a sob story or be like, guys, feel bad for me. Like, Because I don't. I really don't want that. I want to be straight up and real with you guys when I say that my motivation and my will to like keep on trucking just kind of plummeted, you know? And that sucks, especially because I find myself to be a pretty positive person. I love to do things. I have a lot of energy, a lot. You guys can kind of maybe tell from the videos. But on top of just figuring out my life in general and kind of seeing what I wanted to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! And this YouTube channel, I just kind of kept on circling around these ideas and then never fully fleshing them out. I get really tired, and then I'd also like have stuff to do later, and I was prioritizing things, and just kind of frankly, Yu-Gi-Oh! Took a back seat. And that's probably one of the biggest things outside of just the format and the format fatigue, seeing the same cards, and this kind of the history of things with how things were going. It's just me, man. Like, I just saw what I was doing just generally in my life, and I was like, man, I probably need to get some of my shit together. And again, I don't really want to go into a lot of that right now, but I do just want to say that okay. I don't really want to go into a lot of that right now, but when I do say, if you guys are kind of feeling overwhelmed, if you guys are feeling stressed, if you guys are feeling like a lot of things are closing in on you, if you just kind of just feel depressed, if these things are happening to you, I'd recommend seeing someone. I recommend talking to someone. I recommend talking with maybe yourself even. If you like having those conversations, if you're more introspective, try to figure out what's going on with you, you know, and it really does help. And I think for me personally, what kind of was getting me back on the horse and kind of back into this grind is just like just telling myself that I can do this. Like, I can keep on going. Like, all this, I can continue to be Swolelax while also continuing to be like me. And it also, in a weird way, it helped that heroes are good. So I know that's kind of maybe trivializing a little bit of it, but I'm being serious when I make this like weird connection as far as like Yu-Gi-Oh! And like energizing my hobbies and like what I like to do. Heroes became good again. The deck was a great combo deck, and even before the ban list that came out, heroes are pretty dang good. Malicious was insane. The new support was obviously really awesome, and I just started to love the game again. My favorite deck became like super fun to play, and I just kind of realized right then and there that maybe heroes are kind of the reason why I play this game, if that makes any sense. I mean, if you guys know, heroes brought me into this game back in 2016. I loved playing Totally Awesome Heroes. I loved playing Fusion Heroes back in the day, and right now this Dark Hero and even somewhat the Omni Hero decks are so fun. And really deeply and truly, I like playing other decks too. I played Salamandrates, Cyber Dragons, I had like Pendulum Magicians that I was running for a bit. Just the Dark Warrior Gokis were super cool. It was really heroes that brought it all together for me, that made me really realize that this game is fun. This game is for me. This game is just one of those things that I really like, things that I kind of like can carry around, that I can play with people that are super young, people that are super old. I can connect with people about it. I can talk about people with this. I can talk with you guys. I can talk to myself about it. I was deck building. I was theory crafting. I'm back on Dueling Book now, so that's kind of fun. And I have like 3 million hero decks to talk about. Like, I have a stun variant that I kind of want to try out. I have the Omni Hero one that's super cool, the Dark one, which you guys will see super soon. Essentially, all the life stuff that was happening, I kind of sorted that stuff out, and I saw that I was just honestly kind of neglecting this channel a little bit. I was taking this thing that I really loved and I really liked doing, talking with you guys and making these videos and playing the game, and I just dropped it. And that made me really sad. And so effectively what this video is, I said we had 2 things to talk about. The first being why I quit Yu-Gi-Oh! For about half a year. And the second part is why I'm back. I don't know. I don't really know how else to describe. We have so many things to talk about. There's so many things to go over. And I really want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you to everyone that's been supporting this channel, that's been watching these videos, that's been commenting on them. Thank you to everyone on Twitter that's been replying, retweeting, liking stuff, that's been engaging with all of this. And I know we skipped the ban list. I know there's a lot of things to talk about with heroes, and maybe this video is not coming out at the right time. You guys would much rather see me talk about heroes and the new support and potentially new cards and decks and the format and another tier list, something like that. I want to talk to you guys more. I'm super excited for it. And I have a few surprises coming up for you guys that I don't necessarily think you're ready for. I know that the game has been changed a few times now, and there's a few channels that might be doing stuff better, but I think you might like what's in the works. But for now, we're going to be going on business as usual. We're going to be making discussion videos, making talking points, streaming, all that jazz. I just want to let you guys know from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I miss you. I missed you guys. I missed you. Is that sappy to say? Is that weird? And for everyone who's new, I'd like to introduce myself, and everyone who's been here that's coming back, allow me to reintroduce myself. Yo, what's up, boys and girls? It's your boy Swolelax here, and I'm back at it again. That's all I gotta say. Peace out.